Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up, wake up, it's time to rise and sing the praise of Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's time to rise, to sing, to shout, to bring him all your heart. He'll do the bigger part, if you will only make a start.
Oftentimes, when we see a ship or a sea vessel, the last thing we will be able to remember is the anchor. What we fail to realize is that ship on stop may mean danger if there is no dependable and founded anchorage. So this morning, let us compare our lives to a ship, a great ship, and let us ask ourselves, where are we anchored? Friends, I am so happy to inform you that we have already reached the golden mark. As of the moment, we have already recorded and placed in our depository more than 50 devotionals. Should you have time, please visit this depository by just keying in the words 7 Minutes with God in YouTube. Right there and then, our inspirational messages will be shown. It is my fervent request that in this busy world, with busy people, we may just have 7 minutes every day before work, but those can be powerful 7 minutes if they can stream our inspirational devotional and start their day with God. So please share God's messages through this channel to your friends, loved ones, workmates, and even family members. This is your online inspirational evangelist, Brother Noy Gonzaga, and this is the 7 Minutes with God today. Our Bible verse for anchorage today is found in Hebrews 6:19. It says, "This hope we have as an anchor of the soul, a hope both sure and steadfast, and one which enters within the veil." It is really very nice to know that if there is one thing that anchors represent in its presence in ships and big vessels, it's the representation of hope. Every time that a ship travels, the only hope for it to stop and people can disembark is when the anchor holds. Every time that the ship is not on sail, the only hope that it will not drift anywhere is when it can be anchored with stability. 2 decades and a half ago, when I was still finishing my Bachelor of Arts in English course at the Adventist University of the Philippines, sailing by boat to Manila and from Bacolod and vice versa is a normality in my routine. In fact, I usually consider the ship during those times as one of my home away from home because of the frequency of its involvement in my life. In those travels, I am scheduled to leave Manila bound for Bacolod and Bacolod for Manila. And that is really one of those things I look forward to after great educational challenges then. I am scheduled to leave Manila bounded for Bacolod in an estimated time of 19 hours. Sea condition was fine. No untoward weather condition, meaning it is safe to nautically travel. Moments before the final announcement, "Puera bisita, puera bisita." This is an actual call for those who are not bounded for the destination to already go down from the ship. I heard a very big bumping sound. Traveling with Negros Navigation's St. Joseph the Worker vessel is not new to me, and I can vouch for the seaworthiness of this vessel. I did not panic when that bump was heard, but for the moment, I offered a prayer to God to explain to me what happened. I found out later on that Manila Harbor, of which the port was situated, has actually many damaged ship parts at the ground level of that area, and the anchor accidentally fastened itself to a very big and strong ship rubble. In simple terms, the anchor was dropped. I heard from the crew that cutting the anchor is not an option as it is very complicated and expensive. And it will be very hard to do so because it is nearing nighttime already. Disconnecting the anchor is not also a good option as a ship that travels without a functional anchor is just like a car traveling without a functional brake system. So we were appeased by the ship's crew and we were served with extra meals because we stayed the whole night due to the anchor problem. The next day, Navy frogmen helped in the releasing of that anchor, but we already wasted 24 hours as we stayed on the vessel during the anchorage problem. Finally, the anchor was wheeled safely to the ship and we are ready to leave Manila for my home city, Bacolod. If you noticed, dear friends, there are things in our lives wherein we anchor ourselves and oftentimes when these things are good, our lives are surely benefited by it. Good examples of this positive anchorage may include anchoring on church-based programs such as the Adventist youth programs, anchoring on social welfare programs such as volunteering for Red Cross and other rescue agencies, anchoring on environmental programs such as joining drives for anti-climate change advocacy and proper garbage disposal. These anchorage choices are very beneficial to our lives and to others, and surely it will propel our version 2.0 or the better us. On the contrary, if we will anchor ourselves to the wrong things, such as anchoring on drugs, well, we know this has a lifetime effect not only in our physical body but in our mental processes throughout our lives. Anchoring on premarital decisions. Well, dreams, hopes, and moral aspirations for the family will be lost because of unwanted pregnancies and even immorality indexes in the society. The point of the matter is, where are we anchoring ourselves? After anchoring, have we evaluated if this caused us improvement or deterioration in the lives that we live? Now, another concern is that even sometimes if we are doing our best to anchor in the spot, there are still events in life that we anchored, yet our anchors got dropped and we cannot get out easily from it. Oftentimes, we struggle. We physically exhaust ourselves to get rid of it. We mentally pushed ourselves to the limit, just finding out later that we cannot really get out of this anchorage trap. However, we forgot that our greatest Navy frogman, our rescuer in the time of storm, is just a prayer away. He is no other than Jesus Christ. He is just standing by and waiting for a cue from us that we are already activating His divine presence to help us in the mess that we have created in our lives. Yes, if ships have distress signals, humans have prayer signals. The only difference is, distress signals are not sometimes picked up by the port base. But prayers, even how thready it will be, God can always hear that. If we are not yet aware, because we were trapped in the anchorage of life, God sent His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to solve our anchor problems and accompany us back home. The question is, when our anchors were already released, did we opt to follow Jesus home or we deterred again in life? Well, friends, in the great challenges of life, we have our own personal anchors. The question is, will your anchor hold in the storms of life?
While the billows roll, fastened to the rock we
It will surely hold in the straits of fear when the breakers tell that the reef is near. Though the tempest rave and the wild winds blow, not an angry wave shall our bark o'erflow.
We have an anchor that keeps the soul steadfast and sure while the billows roll. Fastened to the rock which cannot move, grounded firm and deep in the Saviour's love.
When our eyes behold through the gathering night the city of God, a harbor bright, we shall anchor fast by the heavenly shore, with the storms all past forevermore.
We have an anchor that keeps the soul steadfast and sure while the billows roll, fastened to the rock which cannot move, grounded firm and deep in the Saviour's love.
Truly, the best rock to anchor is no other than the Rock of Ages, who is identified as God. We will surely be safe. Today, in our responsibilities in life, let us dispose of our functions, but let us remain anchored to the principles, guidance, and teachings of Jesus Christ, that we will not be laid astray and we will not be trapped in the rubbles of life. This is the 7 Minutes with God today. Have a free sailing moment to all.
Wake up, wake up, it's time to rise and sing the praise of Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's time to rise, to sing, to shout, to bring.
Wake up! Wake up!